G'day headbangers and welcome to Dozel's Metalworks. Welcome my fellow metalheads to another edition of Dozel's Metalworks. Now we have finished the countdowns, or round one of the countdowns. I've got to do some more average week random stuff for the next month maybe till I can get some stuff sorted. So this week I've decided to go with 10 Iron Maiden songs based on books. So yes, they've done quite a handful. I've managed to whittle it down to 10. So we're going to start off with number 1, Murders in the Rue Morgue from the Killers album. It's based on a short story by Edgar Allan Poe, which was released in 1841. So yeah, I mean that one is like brilliant. I mean the song is one of my favourites from the album, so no wonder it's good. It's based on Edgar Allan Poe. The guy's a legend. He's a genius, that dude. Alright, the next one we have at number 2, To Tame a Land from the Peace of Mind album. It was based on the Dune novel from Frank Herbert, released in 1965. Now it depends how well you know your Maiden trivia on this, that Frank Herbert didn't like the fact, Maiden wanted to call the song Dune. They asked for permission, he goes, no, don't like your type of music, blah blah blah. Is that better total basically a fuckhead about it, so they still made the song anyway, just called it Tame a Land. So yeah, screw you Frank Herbert. Next one we have Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner from the Power Slave album, based on the poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, released in 1978. And as you'll know, the song goes for about 13 and a half minutes, so what a cracker. Okay, next we have Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner from the Somewhere in Time album, based on the short story by Alan Siletto, released in 1959. Gotta love how they use a lot of these old stories, it's brilliant. Number 5, this one's a classic in my eyes, Moonchild from Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, based on the novel written by the occult man himself, Aleister Crowley. That was released in 1979. I found out, saying to Rex earlier, I've always loved the song Moonchild. It was one of my favourites years ago. I just love the fact that it's from the occultist Aleister Crowley. So it's like, wow, okay. Next one, sticking with Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, we actually have the novel from the author Orson Scott Card, released in 1987. Now I found that interesting because obviously Steve Harris, or whoever wrote the song, had actually read the book and then wrote a song about it, and released it a year later. So that's kind of funky. Okay, so next we have Sign of the Cross from X Factor. It's a novel from Umberto Ecos, and the song is actually based on a novel he wrote called The Name of the Rose, and I think they actually did a movie about it as well. A lot of these books were actually made into movies as well, so Maiden double dipped in a lot of them. So yeah. Also from X Factor we have Lord of the Flies at number 8, which was a novel by William Golding, released in 1954. And I definitely know that was made on a movie. I think that even the Simpsons made a thing based on Lord of the Flies, I think. So yeah, that was interesting. Okay, number 9 we have Brave New World, obviously from the Brave New World album, based on the novel by Aldous Huxley, released in 1932. I think it's all about the dystopian future or something like that. Now, number 10, rounding it out, we have something that's a smidgen different. It's a graphic novel. When the Wild Wind Blows, from the Final Frontier, was based on the novel When the Wind Blows by Raymond Briggs, released in 1982. And I think, apart from a graphic novel, that could have been possibly made into an animated short movie as well. I do love that song, but it's actually a very kind of sad song in the end. But this is the way that it happens. But Yeah, anyway, my friends, that is my pick for 10 Iron Maiden songs based on movies. Now, next week, if all goes well, I'm going to do 10 Iron Maiden songs based on movies. And I've already got the list done and everything. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't own any of the books that they released. But when it comes to movies, I own one of the movies on DVD because a lot of them are old. Some of them are obscure movies, so some of them I just never bothered to pick up on DVD anyway. But I have seen the movie. Alright, so let's go to some good stuff, some random stuff here, boys and girls. Now, speaking with Iron Maiden. Yes, boys and girls, if you saw the news during the week, the lads, the best heavy metal band of all time, well, in my eyes anyway, and probably a lot of other people, finally, after God knows how many decades, they have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, now, Bruce Dickinson has always has never been one to shy away from his thoughts of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I agree with him. Look, to me, I've always been two minds of it. It's a good thing because they get acknowledged for all the hard work they've done over the years. But it's also a bad thing because they induct people who aren't even freaking rock and roll. You know, years ago, I still reckon the most entertaining thing I tell my friends about was Dolly Parton. Love and respect her as a country music artist, but yeah, she's country, she's not rock and roll. She even said to him, I don't want to be inducted, I'm not rock and roll. And they went, stiff cheese, you're going in anyway. So then she gave him the big middle finger and basically released after that an actual rock and roll album featuring rock and metal artists. So I went, take that, mofos. So yeah, look, it's good to get in, but there's talk that they won't be there to accept it, which is true because they'll be actually touring here in Australia when that gets done. So yeah, the other side of the planet. So I thought, who's going to accept it? Don't know. But I love the fact that they're actually inducting former members, you know, Dennis Stratton, Clive Burr, Paul Di'Anno, Blaze Bayley, plus all the current members. So that's really, really, really good. Love that. So yeah, congratulations to the boys for getting to that. And I will mention two of the other acts that got in. People who definitely two people who definitely deserve to be in there. Billy Idol. Seriously, how can you not have Billy Idol in there? He's one of the greatest rockers from the 80s and 90s, I'm telling you. Well, my favourite song from him is Speed. That's heavy and, you know, shock to the system. That's a good one. You know, the classic like White Wedding, Rebel Yell. Look, the guy's a legend. How's he not in there already, to be honest? And another one who's not rock or metal, but is quite possibly one of the best singer-songwriters of the past, 30, 40, 50 years, Rex, I think, who's not going too well in the health department at the moment, but I love the guy. He's got great music. Phil Collins, absolute legend. I'm glad he's finally getting acknowledged and getting inducted. Hopefully he can make that because he's performs in a wheelchair these days. His health is not good. But I just said to Rex before, it's kind of funny. Iron Maiden, Billy Idol, Phil Collins, they're all Poms. I swear, the Poms have got some friggin' awesome musicians. I've even seen pop artists who have friggin' left legacies, whether you like their music or not, you know. But anyway, well done to those guys for getting to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You deserve it. Kick ass. And one other totally random thing. A lot of my friends know that I'm a huge, massive gridiron fan. Love my American football, the NFL. My favourite team is the Baltimore Ravens. And I've always said, look, how metal can you get with Baltimore Ravens? You know, half their colours are black, with purple, of course. It's a raven. I mean, how metal is that? It's actually chose the Ravens because of the Edgar Allan Poe story called The Ravens. So I went, friggin' how metal are these guys? Seriously. And during the week, they just dropped their new outfits, their new uniforms for the next however many years it's going to last. And I'll get Rex to throw up their new, I think it's one of their alternate helmets. I went, oh my God, how metal is this? It's all black. It's got the black raven looking towards you with red eyes. I mean, how metal and evil is that going to that freaking thing? Seriously, what a banger. And a shout out to my two new wonderful friends during the week who added me, started following me 2 more subscribers. So I'm now 50 subscribers, my friends. Party. Woo-hoo. So to my new friend, who I will call Cherry Ripe, and my Amazon Princess May. Love you both. Thank you for adding me, and I will chat to you soon, of course. But until next week, my friends, mosh on.